Welcome back to Inside Sources here on KSL News Radio. It is great to be with you today. As always, I am Boyd Matheson, and no days are any better than when you're on the campus of Utah Valley University. We've been covering throughout the afternoon the Utah Valley Growth and Prosperity Summit, and we are going to close out the day with one of my favorite people on campus. President Astrid Tuminez joins us. It's been an amazing day, extraordinary conversations when we look at growth and prosperity. Thank you for hosting and having this on campus. I think this is the right place to have this conversation. Give us some sense of your conversations today.
Well, the conversations have been great. I listened to the plenary this morning that addressed, surveys in Utah about what's going on here. People talking about transportation, housing, employment, mental health. And then I gave my own presentation on the role of the university in the American dream, the role of the university in creating an innovative workforce. And so it's been very gratifying to see hundreds of people participating in the third year of the Summit on Growth and Prosperity in Utah County.
Yeah, I love it. And we've been here for all 3 years. I want that noted in the history book that we've been here every year.
Okay, you get an A plus.
That may be the only A plus I've ever gotten in school. but the conversation is so important. And I love that you focused on the idea of the American dream and the role of the university in that, because I think that American dream is also what leads to that growth and prosperity we want in our homes, neighborhoods, and community. Share with us just a little bit of that vision.
Yeah, so I actually talked about the economist Raj Chetty at Harvard, who studied the American dream, meaning it answers the question, can a person in the lowest quintile of income rise to the highest quintile of income? And he has singled out access to education as one of the critical variables. There is a $30,000 gap in median income between a high school graduate only and someone with a college graduate. So the American dream begins with this issue of, can you live a dignified life by being able to support yourself and earning enough? But I also mentioned in my presentation that it's not all about money. It's also learning how to live. And a college education helps you how to live. You become a better citizen. You become a better family member. You can have a growth mindset. You're better able to navigate life and work.
Yeah, and that's such an important thing it's not just about making a dollar, it's about making a difference and adding value and being part of a community. The 44,000 students that are part of this Utah Valley community have really a unique opportunity. And what do you hope that the students here at Utah Valley start thinking about in terms of their own growth and prosperity and their role in it?
Yes, so we say at this university, come as you are. We accept everybody, and so everybody comes with very different life experiences, different levels of human potential, but everybody has potential. And what we want to do is support, become the capital that unleashes that potential. It becomes an asset that they can deploy in their own lives. So what's beautiful at UVU is that you can take everything here from a short-term certificate, 6 or 9 months, to an associate degree, to a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. And we offer a lot of opportunities for project-based learning. We think that students need to get their hands dirty, whether that's with a business or a public sector organization or a nonprofit sector, because we need expertise and passion in all these sectors to make our society healthy and dynamic and thriving.
Yeah. You talk about getting your hands dirty. Part of growth and prosperity is growth and expansion.
Yes.
I think you live with a shovel in your hand. There's always something expanding here. Give us some of that vision.
Our most exciting expansion right now is Vineyard, the city of Vineyard. We have 225 acres there where Geneva Steel used to be. And today you already have private developers developing housing there. It's all a walkable city that they're calling Utah City. And when they're done, there'll be thousands of units of residences as well as employment opportunities, 50 acres, I believe, of outdoor space. So UVU is going to begin. Our master planning is well on its way. We're going to begin with a health and wellness village on the 225 acres. And we're collaborating with the Huntsman Cancer Institute, which is building a hospital in that area. And our students will be doing clinicals and volunteer opportunities and research with Huntsman Cancer.
Oh, I love that. Unpack a little bit more for us on that health and wellness. I know it's been a big part of your administration here at Utah Valley is the health and wellness of the students and making sure everyone has access to that kind of care.
So at UVU, you can never have, because your resources are constrained, you can never have enough full-time mental health counselors. And so what we do here in terms of health is just we really emphasize exceptional care at every level. I call it a surround sound system of support. Yeah. So looking at not only your academic performance, but also are you getting the right mental health? Do you have access to, we have what we call a care system here that it covers food insecurity, for example. So food insecurity, mental health. We have over 100 clubs just to help students find a place to belong. And we encourage our faculty as the frontline workers to observe students and see who may be needing help. And we really try, I think as a president, I walk around with green pom-poms because if I had a superpower, I could package and give to every student. It's a sense of joy, a sense of purpose, that every day they come here, they are worthy of every effort they put into their education.
Oh, I love that. And so often, I think especially in higher education, students run out of energy before they run out of opportunity. And having someone who has that belief in them helps them recognize that I belong in this place can make really all the difference.
Yeah, we do a lot of dancing on this campus. And mental health is just so important. In Utah, 25%, according to a survey earlier, 25% of Utahns report that in the last 30 days they've had 7 days of mental health issues. That's not good.
Yeah.
So we really need to address that. And I think it's all of our jobs, by the way. It's not just for the doctors and mental health counselors.
That's right.
It's all of us.
It's a we issue for sure.
Yeah.
We all have to lean in and engage and reach in and reach out. If we're in need, we got to reach out. If we see somebody, we got to reach in and be part of that solution. One of the things that has really been a hallmark of your time as president at Utah Valley University has been the power to convene. You've brought extraordinary voices, and today is a great example of bringing this Utah Valley Growth and Prosperity Summit onto this campus with leaders from business and government and community and education. Give us some looking forward. Who else should we be convening, and why should they be coming to Utah Valley University?
So you should be coming to Utah Valley University because this is a place where interesting conversations happen. So I believe that the university is a brain trust. It is a tool that's not floating in the clouds. It's a tool right here grounded and is a part of this community. We anticipate 1 million more people in the next coming decades for Utah County. And we cannot have solutions for water or housing or politics unless you begin with conversations where we listen to one another. And it has to be evidence driven. And there should be listening and compassion. And then at the end of the day, you have to form what I call coalitions of the willing to get things done.
Yeah, that coalition of the willing based on great conversations, great listening, and great data, which I love that you always bring to the table. You got to bring all of those elements. So as this conference comes to a close, we always get to the therefore what question, and you get to answer it today. What is the therefore what? As people walk out of this convening here on Utah Valley University campus, what do you hope people are thinking different, or what do you hope they do different as they leave?
Yeah, so there's certainly one is that I think people should leave with new and different ideas. For example, there was a presentation on architecture. Is it just modernism, or how do we respect the past? Because we are really building for 50, 100 years from now. So one, we should have better ideas. 2, we should have a new network of friends that we make here. And then 3, I want this conference to grow in reputation so that anybody who wants to do business, who wants to live, who wants to come to Utah County, this is the conference that they must go to feel the pulse of the most dynamic county in the most dynamic state in the United States.
No question about it. President Astrid Tuminez, we always appreciate you stopping by the show. We appreciate your leadership, not only at Utah Valley University, but in our community, and your ability to bring people from around the world to have those crucial lean-in kinds of conversations that make all the difference for all of us. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Again, that's President Astrid Tuminez, president of Utah Valley University. That's an extraordinary thinker right there. This is why we do the show, is so we can have this kind of conversation, bring this kind of mental firepower and passion around people together, because that is what makes Utah and Utah Valley today a place where you want to come to learn, you want to come to live, you want to start your business, and you want to make a difference in your community. And no one does that better. And again, we're so grateful for President Astrid Tuminez for opening up Utah Valley University. Grateful to the Chamber of Commerce from Utah Valley for the Utah Valley Growth and Prosperity Summit. If you missed any of the segments today, you want to make sure you go back and listen to the podcast. Those will be up later today. All of our guests. So we had just some amazing conversations. Former Governor Gary Herbert. We had Cameron Martin, who, of course, used to be part of Utah Valley University, now at Rocky Mountain University, making a great difference there. Curtis Bennett joined us from One Act of Kindness a Day. Those are all things and all kinds of conversations that we need to have more of in our society if we're really going to get to where we want to go. And yes, there's a lot of division out there. There's a lot of contempt in the political space. But I think today's conference, the one thing that it has reinstilled in me today is the realization that Utah and the Utah model is exactly not just what Utah needs, it's what the nation needs, because we can convene. We can bring people together for those crucial conversations, for crucial listening, to be data-driven, to make exciting decisions, to explore new possibilities. And really what today was all about is that projecting forward, because it's not enough for us to live well and do well today. The real test for all of us is what kind of legacy do we leave for the future? And that's something we all ought to be thinking about today. Well, that wraps it up for us on Inside Sources today here on KSL News Radio, again from the campus of Utah Valley University, the Utah Valley Growth and Prosperity Summit. I'm Boyd Matheson. Thanks for joining us today. And as always, as you go out into the world today, make sure you see something that inspires, say something that uplifts, and do something that makes a difference.